Hi friends, I'm about to be Paul from Code Hub, and what we do on our channel is that we work on projects on JavaScript, PHP, MySQL, CSS, HTML, and we build a project about it. So in this video, I want to show you how to build a carousel, which is the image slider. When you click on the button, it will change the image, a slideshow. But before I proceed into our business today, I would like you to subscribe to my YouTube channel because I'll be posting videos gradually now, and then turn notification so that you'll be notified each time I publish a post on this my channel. Stay tuned and follow up with me. Alright, so welcome back. So this is just basics on how the slideshow will look. It will have a autoplay and it will have controls over here. So this is just the basics, just a nav, header, and then a slideshow with 4 images. So this is basically what we are going to be working on. So let's go into the project and let's start building our script. So in our script here, I'll have to delete everything here because I want to start scripting it from the beginning. So but I'll leave the header so that we will have a basic header, because by now you should know how to design a header like this. Or if you want me to design a header that will be like this, responsive, yes, just leave a comment in the comment section. Okay, so let's get started. All right, so what I will be doing is I'll clear this. Also, I'll clear the styling. I'll clear the styling for the slideshow. So basically we have this right now. We have a basic HTML. You should know this by now. Okay, so let me just let me start building our main page. So let me use the main tag here. In the main tag, I'll have another section tag. In the section tag, I'll name it our class equals to slide underscore show underscore container. This will be the name. This will be the container for our slide. This is our container right now. Yeah, so this is our container right now. Then what we are going to do is that we will start to insert the image in there. In my folder here, this is the slideshow project. Yes, so I have 4 images: image 1, image 2, image 3, image 4 with the index. I am running it on a local host, so that's why I'm using a PHP file to run my HTML. Still the same thing. Okay, so yeah, so the div class will be the one to contain our slideshow. So let me write slide underscore show. I'm not doing the minus sign, don't mind me. People like me make mistake also. So image tag, because they are in the same directory as this index page, they are in the same directory as this index page. So I will just say alternate is equals to alternate text. Maybe the image did not show for any kind of reason. So this is what we are going to insert into the image. Understand? So I'm going to put a slideshow. Then the source will be equals to, I showed you guys before, image 1, image 2, image 3, image 4 image. Oh, it's 4 image. So image underscore 1 dot is a JPG kind of file. Then I will cite a insert a style in here. I'll call it the width 100% because I don't want it to overflow away from this div container. So in here I'll just come and comment here slideshow 1 in Sublime Text. This is how, because I love to use Sublime Text. 1 2 3. So this is it. Let me say 2 3 4, and then here let me rename the image 4 3 2 and 1. So let's go to our browser and see what we just did. This is our browser here. So this is the image I just inserted into the browser now. So this is it, and then let's start to style our page. Then I'll go here, I'll just copy the container, just give it a little bit of styling, dot say padding equals to 0, max width equals to 500 pixel, so it won't be more than 500 pixel in its width. Then I will design the margin to be auto so that it will align it to center. Let's preview it. So this is how it will be. I declared a 500 width, so this is not more than 500 width, you understand? So 500 width, then that's that for that. Or if I want to just include the padding, I'll include under padding or maybe under border, but I don't need that limit. So let me copy the class slideshow. Yeah, what we are going to do is that we are going to display it as a non property. We'll display it as a non, and then we'll display it as block with JavaScript. So display, let me do it like this. Let me, because I will add an animation so that it will be as a slide show. It will to be animated. 2 seconds. Then let me name the animation here keyframes fade, then from opacity 0 to opacity 1. Let's just test. Let's see what we got. So this is it. Anytime it wants to change its property value, this is what you get. So let me display. No, okay, I did not add indicator here. So indicator, okay, let me say div, another div class to contain slide, no, let me say indicator underscore container. I hope you follow with me. Then I'll just create a basic span, a span to the class of indicator. Then on click event currentSlide 1. This will be useful when we are creating our JavaScript, when we are creating the script to because we have 4 images at the moment. Then let me change this to 3 4. So this is it. At the moment you may not see it because nothing is inside, or let me just put a placeholder because we won't need it when we start to. Okay, let me design it. This indicator container will be padding 20 pixel, and then margin to be 0, and then text align to be center. Okay, so the indicator itself, indicator itself should be padding, let me say 8 pixel, then display inline block, because I want it to stack beside each other. I can't use float now because it will overflow from the container, because I am not using overflow hidden here. So then let me declare a border radius to be 50%. Then let me call the background any color. Let me use Rebecca purple. All right, so this is what I got now. 1 2 3 4. Then let me use margin to be 2% to give space between those elements. Okay, I did not save the file. So from here we continue. Then let me give it a cursor to be pointer cursor, because it will be very useful. Yes, okay. So we come over here, we are done. Okay, then let me display this slideshow as a none property. So it will be displayed none, then we'll display it with our JavaScript. Then let me come down here, script. Then so if I want to get everything, every element that has this name, this attribute, every element which is this that has this attribute, then I will copy this. Then I will come here, I'll say variable, let me say slide show equals to document dot get elements. Yeah, so if I want to get all the details about this, then I will have to declare it in a variable called this tag name. Then I will input by class name, then I will input the class name that I want to get. So let me console.log so that you understand better what I'm trying to say in this place. It will get everything inside an array. Let's console.log, let's inspect, come to inspect, and then refresh. So it says this. Oh, sorry, it was not tag name. It was talking about get elements by class name. It's a class name, it's not a tag name. Okay, so it says okay 0. This one is at index 0. If you know array, it's this one has put everything inside an array. 1 2 3 4, because we have 4 slideshow in this place. So this number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, but it is starting at 0 for index. Index starts at 0 in JavaScript, but the length maybe is always +1 than the actual index. So let's get back to our work and then let's start to do it here. So what I will do is that I will declare another variable that will be I equals to 0. So I want to grab the first. Let me see if I can open this body, this main page, open this. So okay, you see this is the number 1, this is number 2, this number 3, this number 4, but it's stating that 0 1 2 3 4, 0 1 2 3 in this place. So what we are going to do now is that I want to display the first one, which is at index 0, because I told you that the length is always +1 to the index. So here I'll do as if I want to get a value from an array, then I will do it like this, because in an array, let me say var array equals to 0, 1, 2. So if I want to access this one, I will have to declare it like console.log array, and I'll put a square bracket, and I'll say, okay, I want to access the one at index 0, I want to access the one at index 1, I want to access the one at index 2. That's how an array works. You should know array by now. So then I want to display it, star.display equals to block, so it will display now. So let's check our work. Perfect. You see what I'm saying? So I want to display this first one. Let me say I want to display the second one. I'll put one here. So that's how it's going to be working. In the 0, let me clear this. Then I want to set another active, so that when we are on image 1, I want this one to be at currentSlide 1, currentSlide 2, currentSlide 3, and so on. So let me set a page active dot active, a background of teal. So, and then a transition here, so that transition is transition. I'm not saying transform. Transition equals to all 0.3, no, 0.4 seconds. So I'll come here again, then I want to grab the first one here. What I'll do is that I'll get this one inside, I'll declare it like this inside a variable, then I'll access it. var indicator equals to same thing as this, then I'll change the class name. Understood? So yeah, I want to add this class to this current class, so it will be as indicator active. I'll show you in the browser. So indicator, the first one, which is at index of 0, dot class list. That's basically how to add into an existing class, or you want to create a class. So dot add, then the class name that we created, active, class list. I'm getting that class, then I want to add, I'm getting this class, and then I want to add active. So this is it, the first one. So when we click on the second one, I want something to happen. When we click on the third one, why we are getting this error is because we have not created the function yet. So let's go and start creating the function. Then function, let me go up here, currentSlide. One thing about function is that you can't have numbers inside your parameters. So I want to replace these numbers with x. So in here I'll say console.log x. So it will substitute this x with this number. This number will come here. If anyone if I click on one week, it will change to this, and you see it here. So let me refresh. Let me click on 1, you see 1. Let me click on the fourth one, 4. Let me click on the third one, 3rd. Let me click on the second one, 2nd. So this is what we'll be working with. So on the first click, what I want to do is that I want to display this to be none. Then I want to remove the class list, which is the active that we have, that is telling us that okay, we are on slide 1. So I want to display it as none. Let me click on this one. So I want to display it as none, total none. Then I want to run a calculation in this place. This is where you have to focus very well. So I want to change the value of I to be equals to x minus 1, because I told you that the length is always longer than the index. Here is supposed to be 0, 1, 2, 3. So I have to minus it so that to work together, to correspond. Then let me say console.log the new value of I. The new value of I is 3 because I'm clicking on the third one. I'm clicking on the fourth one, which is the third index. It's still fourth, but index start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So it does not start from 1. Then we come back here and then we do another we paste another code here. Then after it has run this mass, okay, let me say I want to display the current I. Let me say the I is on 2. Let me say the I is on 2 and I click on 2 again. It will first display it as none and remove the active. Then it will come down to this code and then it will run this again to display block and then to add a class list. Then let's see our work. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. See that it's changing the display property. Here we go. So this is with the controller. So let's run another function that will be used to play this slideshow as auto. It will do an auto slideshow without invoking this function here. So let's go down here. Let me call it auto slideshow. Then let me create a variable called auto slideshow to be equals to set interval to be equals to autoplay, which is the function that we are going to be creating, and let me say 3 seconds. So down here we'll create this function. So we have created this function now. Then what we want to do is this one we just run on starting of the page. Then we want to also display none any displayed image. We want to display it as none. Then we want to run a if condition here, an if condition statement, if and else in this place. So what will be in the if is that if I, which is the variable that is doing the work, this I, which is the variable that is working over here, if I is greater than or equals to slideshow dot length minus 1, because I need to minus 1 because the length is always greater than the index. Have it at the back of your mind. If I, that means if I, let's say we have how many images here? We have 4 images, that is equals to 3. If 3 is greater than or equals to, we have slideshow image 1, we have 4, so minus 1. So if 3 is greater than or equals to 3, then we want to go back to the first slide, I equals to 0. Then else I should increase. Then we want to change the property of this one in this place. Let Let me use this one to block and basically inject the display block property and then add the active to the active button. So that's how this one is working. Now we have a fully working slideshow, but we have one more thing to do. Let me play it. Oh, it's not working. What's the problem? Okay, I figured out what the problem was. It was because I had an equal to sign in this. If you have done that, correct yourself now. And let me play it. So we now have a working slideshow. This is the third image, this is the fourth image, which is the third index, and it's going back. So this if and else, anytime you get to the maximum length, that is, let me say we have 5 images. If I is if I is greater than or equals to the 5 minus 1, which will be equals to this, then go back to 0, or else increase by 1. So one problem that we have here is that if we click on the active, it will still, you see what is happening here. Instead of it to just stop and then restart again. So that's what we want to be doing right now. So let me come back here in your current slide. So in your current slide, what we have to do is that we have to clear the interval when we click on the current slide. So we'll clear the ID, clear interval, then we'll clear this ID. Then what we'll do is that we'll reassign the ID so that it will start to call on this function, this autoplay function. Okay, at first this will be the one running, this one. At second, let me click 1 2 3, yeah, 1 2 3. Okay, so I want to increase this time. Okay, come here. So we now have a fully working slideshow. So I want to increase the time to 5 seconds so that it won't annoy our user. So this is basically what we have. Guys, thanks for watching this episode. I hope you learned something, and if you got value from this, give me a thumbs up to support my channel to do videos like this. Thanks for watching. I love you all.